Hello, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for joining me today on this video, which today I want to make a video with a message that's geared toward all of you beautiful, divine women out there waiting to be awoken, or have already awoken and can maybe get a sense of these changes you're experiencing in your life. We are living in a time right now, and we have been living in a time throughout history, most of human history, that we have lived in a masculine-driven society. Let me just give you a little ancient back history, because it was not always this way. At one point, we had a matriarchal society which was governed and ran by women. We had goddesses that were around and looked at and talked about in stories. We had women that were the leaders and spiritual leaders and the healers. And at some point in history, we changed over to a more patriarchal system with a more hierarchy system ran by men. And even through most religions on the planet, when you look at the stories of religions and how they place the woman below the man, where in Christianity, Eve is the blame for all of sin of humanity. I think we need to start changing our stories, and we need to start looking at things in a different way, and we need to start putting women on an equal place of men. This is not me trying to be overly feminist. This is me being a balancist, I guess you could say. I believe that men can also benefit from this as well, achieving a balanced state of both their masculine side and their feminine side. Me, myself, I think I have a pretty fair, good balance between the two. I was a hairstylist for many years. I worked in a very women-dominant industry, and I got in touch with that side of myself, as well as being a single father, raising my son, and needing to also play that mother role in his life right now at this moment. I need to be able to be nurturing and loving and have that warm feminine side to me, but also at the same time, I also encompass my masculinity and my masculine side. I love doing construction and building things with my hands. I used to do Muay Thai kickboxing and things like that, where I definitely got in touch with my masculinity. So really, I think instead of us saying feminist or masculine, I think we really need to start thinking in a balanced feminine, masculine, yin-yang way. Both women encapsulating their masculinity and balancing it with their femininity. But also on another note, with the return of the goddess, I believe this is a time that women are going to start awakening to many of their lost abilities, where, I mean, if you look at it, women are predominantly more intuitive, using more of their right brain than men, something that is lacking in a lot of Western business, something that we need. We need right brain thinking. We need that creative thinking, not just this strategic, logical thinking, survival of the fittest thinking, right? So I think creating equality for all is really what's necessary. This is what's going to bring change. This is what's going to bring peace on earth, right? And I think women have a major part to play in bringing upon this shift on the planet, in bringing peace on earth. And women, in a lot of ways, hold power, but they give away their power. They put down they lower their standards and allow men to treat them in certain ways. So all of you women listening to this, if you raise your standards and you encompass your divinity, it will in turn force men to start thinking in that way, hiring their standards of how they treat women, and start encompassing their divinity as well. Especially with sex, with sexual relations. This is something I plan on actually doing a series on in my next set of videos, on sex and spirituality and really the true purpose of it outside of just for procreation, because it is a divine thing. And once we start learning how sex is meant to be, what the possibilities of it are, once you start tapping into that, and once women start really experiencing how sex is meant to be experienced and are brought through the 9 levels of an orgasm, which most women have only experienced up to level 4. So I'm not going to dive into that right now. This is going to be topics for my next videos. But as a message to all you women out there, please just start treating yourself divine. Start treating your body as a temple. Don't give away your body so easily to men. Don't indulge into their animalistic lust. Because if you start doing that, it will start changing men and start raising them out of this low vibratory sexual state of lust and sexuality in that way, and start bringing them as well as yourself into this divine state, of oneness with each other, which is something that I think lacks in a lot of marriages, which is why you look at the divorce rate in the country. The divorce rate is astronomical, and it has only grown more over the years. So if women and men can learn how to have sex the right way, in a divine way, where they're truly pleasing each other and bringing each other up to a state of ecstasy constantly, this will also bring upon a great change on the planet. During this time of ascension, the goddesses are returning. More and more women are awakening to their divine potential and encompassing their inner priestess. Women, in fact, are catching on to new age ideas and techniques in far greater numbers than men. In fact, at a percentage rate of 85% compared to 15%. Women are starting to rise up with men who have strong ties to their feminine side, not to bring about a return of a matriarchal system in which women ruled in ancient times. No, the goddesses are returning to bring synergy and equality. And in order to do this, we must all start learning to drop past systems, forgive past systems that blamed women for being the start of sin for humanity, and start thanking women for being the start of consciousness for humanity. Thank you. So, women, goddesses, thank you for watching this video. I urge you to search within, get in touch with your divine goddess that is waiting to be awoken within you. Treat your body like a temple and start expecting a God on your side instead of a lust-driven man. Thank you so much, goddesses, for watching. I love and bless you all.